Good morning. I hope everyone has had a great week. Looking for my buttons, looking for the buttons to press. And yeah, welcome back to another show. YouTube created news. I was about to say create a breakfast. It's ingrained in me. I've been doing that too long. Yes, I hope everyone had a great week. Yeah, time flies. It just seems like it was yesterday that I was here doing the show last week, but it was like a whole week ago. Amazing. Well, everyone's running through the chat. I see a lot of people coming in saying hello, dropping their names. We're going to jump in just a second because we like to always acknowledge community, which is pretty cool. And we've got a bunch of topics to talk about today, but little tidbits, more major news headlines around YouTube this week. There's probably a couple of top ones that sort of carry one particular one, which is the headline one, which sort of was the headline one last week. But we've got more to talk about. So all good. So let's jump in, see who we've got in the chat. Oh boy, now I have to scroll already because the chat has just moved. And the gifts are coming. So before the stream, I did see Kevin Hawthorne in the house. Everything's working. There we go. It's all coming up. Okay, that's working. Just going to pull that back. Kevin Hawthorne from Lakeland, as always. Us plus Dad coming in before the stream as well. Look at that. Good morning. Live stream consultants. They're almost stupid early in New Mexico. I'm sure. Good to see you again. Creative Classroom popped by just before we went live. Won't be here today. We're always having breakfast with the bestie. Saturday mornings is probably a good time for a Saturday with the bestie. So I understand. Larry is here. Home Rapid Repair. Good to see you. David Matney is here as well. Good to see you again. Karen Cole is here. Hello. Monique is here. It's cloudy in Poland this week, everyone. Feels like early spring. So it's cooled down a little bit then, maybe. It's supposed to be, isn't it supposed to be summer? Is it summer up there yet? And Eileen Smith saying hello to all the beautiful people in the chat. Good to see you. One of the topics I'm going to recommend a video from Eileen Smith. So stay tuned. Let's see who's here. Everyone's saying hi to each other, and I think that's it so far. If you're lurking, just say hi in the chat so we can say hi back. That's about how it works. I'm not sure Chantel will be around this week. She's out this evening, I think. She may sneak in at some point, or she may not. I know she won't be making Nick's stream later. So I'm doing double duty today. The Wanderer AUS is here as well. Welcome to the stream. Lovely. Oh, Amazing Art Destinations in the house as well. There we go. Everybody's in. Went from hot days of 90 to thunderstorms to cool weather. Yeah, it's sort of you want when you've had that heat for a while and you want to cool off a bit. Sometimes you got to go through a thunderstorm or two to get there. Like a nice cool change rolling through. American English with Brent is here. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're in India. That's right. Nice. I hope you're having a good time. And Frankie's here as well. Good to see you. Everybody is in and rolling. We're probably gonna jump right into it because I don't know how quickly we might get through it real quick, or some points we may want to stop and ponder, or there may be a lot of comments in the chat about some of the news items today. So it would be good to give ourselves as much time as possible. Not too many random announcements today, so we're going to jump right into the news. I think I said that last week. We need a little into the news sort of tune. I do have like news things. And we can play that one. That's right.
Stay tuned for Creator News.
We got that one, and I think I had another one. I want to play the other one if I can find it. I've lost it. All good, all good. But we'll jump right into it. Hit the right button so we can get into this week's informations. And we always like to start off with Creator Insider because it's like our first point of contact in the week or early in the week for some of the things they like to share. There's always more coming through social media, X and Threads and other places where it might get mentioned, even YouTube community posts. So let's jump in. The first one is something I think we've mentioned on the stream before, where they're actually now mentioning on Creator Insider, they're launching that opting in for channel insights for sharing your channel stats with brands and advertisers so that they can see that maybe you're a channel that's worth putting their ads on, so that you might get a higher CPM because they're targeting your channel specifically, or brands who are looking to do specific brand deals will see what they see, like it, like your vibe, and actually be able to reach out and see if there's a brand deal in the making with you, see if you're a good fit. And so they talked a little bit about that and something called Creator Partnership Hub, which I don't have a lot of information on at the moment. The main thing that I'm talking about is making sure that you have the option to opt in your in the advanced tab of your channel settings. And I think we've talked about it either last week or the week before. So I'm not going to linger on that particular one today. There's an update in regards to product tagging, particularly if you're in your YouTube affiliate program. Some important news there, which I will touch on. So we'll come back to that. They also are rolling out up to 10-year membership badges, because up until now, I think they've only had up to like the first 5 years. And some channels have had memberships for more than 5 years now. So now they've like, okay, we need to open up more slots for people to put in those yearly membership badges, because I think after the first year or 2 years, they go up by 12 months. So yeah, 36 months, 48 months, and so on and so on. And so now they've put in enough slots to get everybody up to having 10 years worth of memberships. Even though memberships aren't there yet, people are going to be getting there eventually. So they've opened up those extra slots for your channel membership badges. And also, the last one they talk about is called pull to refresh content. This is to do with mobile, on the mobile app. When you're on like a channel page and you're maybe doing an update as a creator, you can like pull down, do that like pull to refresh thing that you can do on some apps on your phone, where you can like pull down and it goes and loads. And if you're like using the Google Chrome app, it does that. If you're like refreshing your web page or something like that, or your search results, it does that as well. So it's just a little quality of life improvement there on that one. Not going to talk more about that one. That just happens to be what they talked about on Creator Insider this week. And we'll go to the second overview. This is where it gets recapped in a couple of sentences. So YouTube unlocks new data tools and spam detection upgrades for creators. Well, that wasn't in Creator Insider, so this must have been something extra. YouTube's new setting lets creators share metrics. This is the channel insights, demographics, shopping tag experience. I actually made a video on that. So I think was that the channel member video I made a few weeks ago? If you're a channel member, remind me if that's the video I made as a channel member only. Maybe that's something I need to release to everybody, or if there's more information, I could do a more thorough video for everybody. I did it early days for members to talk about it because it hadn't really been announced by YouTube at that point. So there's that. A filter in YouTube Studio now identifies non-compliant product tags. We're going to be talking about that for affiliate creators. We're going to be talking about that in just a second. YouTube will enhance detection of mass-produced and AI-generated content. Okay, we're going to be talking about that later. That wasn't on Creator Insider anyway. I thought this was a Creator Insider summary. I must have been mistaken. Creators can now add loyalty badges years 6 through 10 and use pull to refresh on channel pages. So, yeah. So yeah, Matt Devereaux has added a few extra little points that Creator Insider didn't discuss, but basically most of that is a review of that. Let me have a quick look at what we've got going on in comments so I haven't missed anything. Us Plus says we use CapCut for extra voices. We export and finish edit in DaVinci. Seems like we should be fine with the new terms of service update, but maybe I'm missing something. Oh yeah, you should be fine. Absolutely. If you're fine now, you'll be fine afterwards. From what we can tell, we're talking more about that a little bit later. So yeah, that's not a problem. But I don't think I'd have any concerns if I were you. The Wanderer says, I've been offered that channel insights option. Did it go through to everyone? I said yes to it. Yeah, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't turn that on. Because, you know, at worst, nothing will happen. It'll stay the same. At best, might, you know, get a few more targeted ads to increase CPMs, higher ad revenue, possible brand deals. So, you know, that's a win. That's a win in my book. So, yes, I think that's being rolled out. Everybody should be getting that now. If you're in a YouTube partner program, I would imagine, because if you monetize, then you're probably going to have statistics around ads and stuff as well. But yeah, I'm not sure what the eligibility is off the top of my head. I probably did read it, but I don't remember it. So that's something we can probably look into later. Let's see. I was thinking, I wish the trailer before a live or premiere would start playing before the video. Yeah, the trailer, like if it's pre-stream or before the premiere starts, then the trailer will play when they land on in the watch page, and so it's like hey, this is what's going to be happening here soon, or whatever it is that you put in your trailer. And then they watch it, and then there's a little reminder button comes up. So if people come in super early, like you schedule a few days out, they'll see the trailer, get the reminder button, click on that to get a reminder to come back at the time that the live stream or the premiere is going to start. So yeah. Now the thing you're thinking about is when there's a premiere, there's like a countdown thing, and you can set that when you're setting up the premiere. You can set that to. They have a couple of different preset lengths to count down from like 60 seconds or maybe from something a little bit longer. And there's different types, so you can get different styles. So there's like a variation, so you can like pick and choose which countdown you want. But that is definitely different to a trailer. Let's see. The insider option, I didn't turn on. Yeah, totally optional. Totally optional. Please remind me, YouTube has an editor app. However, it's Android only. That's correct. That's correct. I happen to have my Android here. They haven't rolled it out. That last week, one of the last week's news stories was that apparently YouTube are now working on porting that over to iOS. So they're hiring developers to create that for iOS. But the app, I'm going to see if I can find the app icon here so I can show you on my Android. Let's see. Focus. There we go. Down the bottom it says YT Create. It sort of looks like that. That's on my Android there. It's that sort of one that looks like a film shutter. It's got like the YouTube arrow, play arrow on it still, and it's the same sort of red. Yeah, it's on Android. It's not even released to every country yet. There's a subset of countries. I know a while ago they rolled out to Australia, New Zealand, and that's why now I'm able to use it. I don't know if they've rolled it out to too many other countries since then, but there should be a decent amount of countries now that have access to the Create app. That's called YouTube Create or Create for short. If you have an Android phone, you'll find that in the Play Store. Oh, to stay on after the live. That's interesting. Yeah, because with a premiere becomes a regular video after the premiere. So there's no real opportunity for a trailer. And then, of course, a live stream becomes a regular video as well in a sense, but in the live tab. And so there's no like pre-show. It goes straight into it when you're on the replay. What you could do if it was a trailer that wasn't specific to that one, and it might be more like a channel trailer, then you could maybe put that in the channel trailer slot for people to see it there as well. If it's something you want people to see more often, you can even just make it a public video as a standalone video, if it's relevant, of course. SMS Guy is here. I saw Clips Editor in my studio, works for live streams and uploaded videos, works similar to how StreamYard Editor works. Yeah, it does. It does. It's pretty basic, and you can only like right now take out one section of it, like from start to finish, in point, out point, and upload that. I've done it I've made 2 videos from 2 different live streams. Usually I try and go for, I'm thinking of going for like the main topic, if it's interesting enough as a standalone video, to share it as like a news snippet for like a 5-10 minute sort of video, and just clip it straight out and then put an end screen on it. That's all I do. You can put like an intro on it as well. But yeah, I've got a video on that if you want to go and have a look. So it's pretty cool. There are some caveats that I know Creator Classroom ran into in terms of if you got a video that you've used auto dubbing on, you can't also clip that right now for whatever reason. There's some sort of limitation. So that's why it works well with live streams, and I think that's the best use case. But it's not the only use case. But that's the use case I like. All right, where are we up to? If you potentially had the video, like if it's a premiere, you'd probably have that because you would have had to upload that in the first place. So you could like join them together and then re-upload them as a separate video. If it was a live stream, you could probably do that too. You'd have to like download live stream, or hopefully if you recorded it locally, like some people do, or if you use like a service like StreamYard that automatically records that to their back end, and then you can download that, bring it down, put the trailer in front of it, and upload it back up to YouTube. You could probably do that as well. And then you could think about whether you want to leave the original up or not then, if you want it, if you prefer it with the trailer at the front. But yeah, that's something you could do. Something you could do. Nice. All right, let's move on to the next news story.
Stay tuned for Creator News.
Okay, product tags. Let's talk about product tags. Here's a post from vidIQ that talked about product tags. Also, it was explained in the Creator Insider video for more details if you want a walkthrough of it. And in addition, Eileen Smith, who's in the chat, did a great sort of summary of this on a very short, to the point video. I think it went up in the last day or so. When did I catch it? Was it like yesterday, the day before? I don't know. I caught the tail end of the premiere. That's how I know about it. So you can go and watch that version of this as well. And that will probably go into a lot more detail than I can go into here. But when you, in the YouTube affiliate program, and you tag products in videos, they've now got these stricter rules around what you can tag and different things. The first one is that it must be related to your video. So it's like you can't just like, oh, I'm going to tag a Weber barbecue to my video, but my video is about makeup. There's like no mention of the barbecue. The content isn't related to the barbecue. So there's got to be some sort of relationship between the video and the product that you're promoting. So you can't just like tag a bunch of products, random products, as a product tag. Like certainly you could probably list them in the description, but you can't put them in as a tag product on like a short or a video. And then what they say also is the product needs to be clearly shown in the video. So if it was a Weber barbecue, you'd want to show me cooking on it or unboxing it or something like that. So they're sort of saying There's got to be some relevance here. I think sort of it's sort of going like a little bit of an Amazon route. It's like when you make an Amazon video, then you need to make a video about the specific product that you're talking about, and you can only tag products that are in the video. There's a very similar rule. Relevant to viewer interest. So I'm not sure exactly what that means, because if it's relevant to the video, and hopefully it's relevant to the audience. And it says repeated violations will see you removed from the affiliate program. So they're channeling their Amazon on this one. So now what they've done is they put a filter in Studio to help you find videos that might have their product tags with issues that they're flagged as an issue. So you can go and fix it. So remove that tag, maybe tag something that's more relevant, something like that. So you can do that in Studio Filters, where you go into your content and you can filter by product and then pick product tags of issues. So yeah, so very important if you are in the affiliate program. Like we don't have it here in Australia, so I can't vouch for it in terms of any of the features that it has and how you tag and different things like that. Now, when you're tagging your own merch, I think that would be different. But I would say outside tagging affiliate items with, say, Best Buy or any of those US stores or whatever stores you are in, the program that you're in, if it's your own merch, then I would suspect that you'd still need to have it clearly shown. Like if I'm saying, hey, I'm promoting my Double Doug Dare mug, and I tag it in a video, then I sort of maybe want to show it. Or if I'm, it's the shirt I'm wearing, so I could tag that easily. That would make sense. So how strict those rules are to roll out to like just your general product merch, I'm not sure. But don't forget, this is in terms of the tags that are on the video, not the stuff that you might like just generally promote in the description, but the ones that are actually tagged that come up and either rotate or show in the short, different things like that. So yeah, if you want to know more about it, go and watch the video. Eileen's already tagged it in the chat there. So if you want to go and check out like the whole process, everything about it, it'll be the way to get more information, because my hands-on is limited. There's some interesting comments in here. So this is the link. Of course, you can click. That's a clickable link in the chat. Larry says, when I received that YouTube email about shopping tag rules, I thought I did something wrong until I noticed everyone in the shopping. Yeah. Oh, well, well, at least it definitely got your attention. That's good. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a problem, isn't it? When retailers are out of stock or remove the product, we still get the violation. Yes. I'm assuming they're going to have some grace on getting people up to speed with this. Hopefully. Oh, they don't know. Like first I heard about it was this week. It was announced. It was in the Creator Insider. It was the very first time I heard about the new tagging rules. They're probably going to give people some leeway to go back and fix stuff that's been tagged previously in past videos. So definitely go and use that filter and go and deal with any violations as soon as possible. Because I think if they'll give you enough grace to fix something that may have been okay when you first posted it, but changed because of something like this. So it's probably a regular process of making sure that every week you're checking for anything that might be flagged. Because stuff may not get flagged on upload. It might be okay on upload, but then something changes, like you said, they go out of stock or something like that. Yeah, that's a fair point too. Because that shouldn't be counted as a violation if it's out of stock, because it could be back in stock. Don't they move it out of rotation if it's not in stock? Wasn't that mentioned with the whole product sticker thing a few weeks back for YouTube Shorts? Like if there's an issue with the first one in the queue, they'll show the next one. they don't show the first one because there's an issue, like it being out of stock. I don't know. No problem, because I caught the tail end of it, and what I did, I jumped back to the start and like fast forwarded through the countdown because I was still on the live premiere, and then I watched it through again because I came in right as the end screen was coming up. But it was a short, quick, to the point video, so it got me a little bit more up to speed as to what was going on there as well. It's always good for a refresh, particularly if you want to know. That's a good video to check out. There won't be many videos on YouTube about it just yet. All right, let's hit the next one. Oh, there we go. Okay. I probably need to remove that. There we go. YouTube kills off the trending tag after years of declining use. Now, that isn't really the headline. The headline is that what they're doing is they're removing the old school trending tab, and they're replacing it. As you can see here, YouTube is getting rid of the trending and trending now pages in the next few weeks. They'll be replaced with category-based charts like trending music videos, top podcasts, and movie trailers. So they're going to have like specific charts, weekly charts. Remember, they already announced those weekly charts for podcasts, like US, the top 50 podcasts in the US for the past 7 days, and different things, episodes and whatnot. So now they're sort of going more to the chart format, which I think is similar, but I think it's better because they're explicitly ranked on screen. So number 1, number 2, number 3. Not like you're going to get suggested something and, this is trending number 3. You'll probably still see the trending tags on YouTube, but there's not a specific trending page. Fans now discover viral content through short search and algorithmic recommendations. Creators should use inspiration tab and hype feature to boost discovery and spot emerging trends. Okay, I don't really want to talk about that per se, but let's have a look. If I can find, there's an article by The Verge. Now, The Verge are gonna let's jump to that one there. Oh, it's done the thing again. This is all working before the stream. I just gotta kick it into gear. Main reason it does that is because I open a different browser window. It's got different information in it, and it gets confused between which one's which. And I should have learned that by now. Anyway, The Verge talked about it, but they focus a little bit more on people aren't using the trending list now as much anymore. But I don't think that matters. It's clearly, YouTube want to flip or pivot to charts instead. And some of the charts that they're talking about I want to go find the list here. That's not what I'm looking for. Oh, it's not on this one. Maybe it's not on this one. I did read somewhere where there's going to be there are going to be more category charts over time. Right now they're going with starting off with music videos because they're always coming out and getting sort of ranked. Podcasts, which we've already talked about previously. Movie trailers, that sort of makes sense. They're going to be adding trending gaming videos and other topic format charts over time. So you might end up seeing like top tech videos of the past week or something like that. Trending tech videos or trending gaming videos, trending in obvious categories where there's volume and where there's a lot of eyes on those categories. I think you'll see like top charts. I don't know whether they'll be top 10s or top 50s. We know the podcasts are top 50s, but there are a lot of podcasts out there. So something to look at as we're going into this later. We can talk about it a little bit more once they've got it launched. But you know, something to be aware of. I don't hardly ever use look at trending. So, all right, next one. Then we're going to hit some rapid fire ones. First one is YouTube is rolling out a new assistant to recover hacked accounts. So there's a new thing that will walk you through recovering a hacked YouTube channel. So if you ever get hacked, be on the lookout for that. I don't have the link for it. I did have it on my phone, but when I went to grab it for the stream, which is obviously the one that's sort of partially linked in this post. So it's good. YouTube are looking to bring out more tools to like help people. Like people get hacked and they're like, well, what do I do? Who do I contact? You know, do I tweet at someone? Do I Snapchat at someone? Do I, you know, how do I get a hold of YouTube? I don't have a phone number. How do I pick up the phone? Talking to someone may not be the best thing. What they do is they walk you through a process. I know they already had like a process of contacting and providing, like asking for the exact information they need to verify that it is your channel and that it's been hacked, and so they can take the action they need to start to recover your channel for you. And so this is a new assistant that's going to help you walk through that process. So I haven't checked it out because I haven't been hacked. I guess you need to be in that situation to be able to like walk through the process. But know that there is a tool out there. So if anything ever happens to your channels, holler at Doug and say, Doug, what's the link to that hacked account process? And I'll find it for you quick, smart. I don't have it right now, but I'll find it for you. So DM me if it ever happens to you. All right, next one. Apparently on Android, which is one of the reasons why I brought my phone down here, and I haven't looked at this yet. On Android, they've added an accessibility setting on Android to rotate shorts. So obviously sometimes if it needs some accessibility, you might have issues using the phone. And so apparently, let's see if it's in there. YouTube. I can find my YouTube app. There we go. What we're going to do is go into the settings, which usually you have to go into you and then click the cog. And they say it's accessibility settings. So if you scroll further down under video and audio preferences, there's a section called accessibility. I don't have the rotate shorts on it yet. So yeah, it hasn't obviously rolled out, but they're in the process of adding that right now on Android. I haven't heard any news about this on iOS. You can see on the screenshot there, it's a little bit small. There's an option there that says rotate shorts with a toggle. Right now, I don't have that. You can see I've just got the first two. I don't have the rotate shorts yet. So yeah, apparently that's coming. So that's good to know. Okay, next one. YouTube has added a new image sticker to mobile, Android, and iOS, and they're talking about shorts. Where we've got all the short stickers. You can now do this. I tested this on my iPhone. I have it on my iPhone. So if we go to the next screen, we can get close up. These are all the different types of stickers they now have on the Shorts tool. The image one is the newest one. When you click on that, it takes you to your camera roll or your gallery, so you can just pick an image that you've already got on your device. So it's good for adding like a photo or something like that. You can't do any editing to it. You'll just post it in there and you can size it. Once it's in there though, you can tap on it and actually change like the framing of it. You can like make it a circle or like a square or rectangle. So you can like adjust it. Sometimes I think some of them have like some odd shapes or some rounded corners and different things. So once it's on there, you can sort of pick the best way to display the image. And you can see we're building up a little bit of a sticker library. These are specific things, polls and quizzes, the add yours, the Q&A button, and now the image. So another sticker added to your Shorts toolbox. Okay, next one. YouTube is experimenting with something called Ask Studio, and it's basically an AI partner, like a conversational AI that resides in your YouTube studio, and you can ask questions about your channel and about your analytics and about things. And so this is something that they're testing out at the moment, and probably, if it's successful, roll out to all creators. So in Studio, you can say, "Oh yeah, what's my top video in terms of views this week?" And it will be able to like summarize things. You can have it go through, look for your comments, to pick out sentiment, or to identify questions that maybe it could be a good thing to either so that you can answer them in a specific way, or so that if you see the same thing being mentioned consistently, you could turn it into a video of like a Q&A video, or just a video talking about that specific topic, dive deep. So it could be a very, very handy tool. So it's in like the chatbot, your chat GPT style format, where you can ask it questions and it's going to like plonk out the answers. That it says here you can use it for those specific things: comment insights, analytic reviews, content ideas. So I think this has got some potential. It's just that tool that will help you sort of find things or identify things, so you don't have to necessarily go manually figure it out yourself. It can like tell you quickly something on the spot, which can be handy. It could be a time saver, if anything. Before I continue, let me have a quick look. I got one more. Let's do the last one before we hit the main topic. Main topic is going to be a little bit more involved. This is just a quick one. YouTube, just YouTube started rolling out redesigned video player that gives off liquid glass vibes, but really, I think that it's just a test or experiment, because I don't think it's really been seen in the wild. So basically, it's just like a more sort of minimalist viewer, and with the controls are more sort of liquid, like Apple's liquid glass that they're bringing out to the new operating system. That sort of style, sort of opaqueness on the controls, like the player controls and stuff. It says not everybody sees it. Google might be testing it or slowly rolling it out. I think they'll be testing it, because I think it's so early that I haven't heard. This is the first time I heard about it when I saw this. Early user reactions are mixed. Whenever there's a change in anything, particularly with the YouTube player, there's always people complaining because they don't like change. That could be the reason. It could be that it definitely does look different, and different for some people is that's ugly. And for some people, it's different, it's jarring because it's not what I'm used to. But it's just because it's not what they're used to. It may end up being a good thing. It may not. I always want to give something a chance, and we'll see how it goes on that. Okay, I'm going to drop back to the main screen here for a second. Before we hit the main topic, I just want to go back and have a quick look through the chat, see what's going on. Won't miss the trending tab. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know the last time I looked at the trending tab. But yeah, they're right when they're saying it's not getting a lot of use. Hype feature sounds like something you need to pay for. Yeah, they're experimenting. They've been testing it out in Brazil and a couple of other countries. I think Brazil's been like the key market where they've been testing hype. That's where people can boost new videos that they come across, like viewers can boost videos, and if the smaller your channel in subscriber count, the more boosts you get per boost, and so you end up in like what's called a leaderboard that people can discover like within your country. So obviously, if people hype my videos, then it's going to get boosted in Australia. I don't know. I really don't know how that's going to end up, but I think hype still has a lot of questions around it, but I think they are testing the paid hypes in Brazil as well. So yes, there is a pay component for hypes as well. But it's the viewers paying to hype it. I think YouTube gets a cut and the creator gets a cut. I think that, I'm not sure. The whole monetization side of hype is a little bit sort of unclear at the moment. I noticed on vertical shorts while watching live, the comments don't move for a while. I try to scroll down and it moves me out to another video. Yeah, that's the one thing with vertical live video is if you do an action that's like a swiping up and down action, you might end up moving to another video. So yeah, if the chat's not moving, the way they present the chat on the screen is a little different in the vertical. I think it sort of goes and disappears. And so if nobody's commenting, all the comments eventually fade off until somebody comments, and then they'll stack a little bit. And then when they stack so high, then they fade off. So it's not something you can scroll through like on a traditional live stream. So yeah, that's the tricky part about the vertical lives. Beanie Drawers in the house. Welcome to the stream. I've noticed the AI comment maker when I go to respond to comments on my videos on my phone. And to be honest, the AI makes replies I've actually used and has matched my chatting style. Oh, the ones where it gives you like a couple of options underneath and you can just tap on them. Yeah, it seems to be learning your style. Like I think ones that I'm like, and it starts out like if you drop the similar emojis a lot, like you have like an emoji that represents something, it will even introduce those as well. So it does very much start to pick up your voice. Or if you reply to a similar question in a common way, it picks up on that and offers that as an option, which you can click on and then edit a little bit if you want to as well. But quite often I've used those responses rather than type in my own response if it warranted, if it was like, oh, that's a good enough response, I don't have to type anything. Thank you, use that one. Definitely. Uh, 50 plus, Doug, what the heck is liquid glass? That is what they're calling the new Apple sort of look for the iOS 18 that's coming out, whatever they're calling it, iOS 25. Didn't they rename it to iOS 25? I want to say they did. But yeah, it's more of like a translucence of the buttons. You could like a little bit see-through, so it's like glass, but it's gets the light refraction and stuff, so that it looks like your button or your app icon or the thing that you want to interact with is on it like a piece of glass, and the background app or the content is showing through that. So that's what liquid glass is. Yeah, it's not for everyone for sure. But it does train itself to sort of offer options that are more like what you might say. But yeah, sometimes they aren't great at all. So it can be hit. It can be hit. It can be like, oh, that's pretty good. And the miss is like, no, I'd never say that. All right. Yeah, not that type of liquid glass. Not that type of liquid glass. I just need to close a few tabs. Just keep things going here. All right. Now it's time to hit the main story of today, and I have a special screen to go to. Oh, and I need to. Oh, hang on. Make sure I got it set up before I go to it. All right, here we go. Let's get rid of. I'm going to get rid of all the overlays here. Okay, we're talking about. I just put myself in the top corner just to get, so I say I'm here. YouTube monetization policy. Now, there's been some. This last past week, the confusion has continued from what we discussed last week. People aren't getting it. We're going to talk about it. So now I need to click. Okay, early on, and these are some of the ones we saw last week, we had like sort of misreporting, like this one. YouTube tightens monetization rules to stop viral AI slop. And Dexerto, YouTube is cracking down on unoriginal content with a major monetization change. And we know that Dexerto got corrected by YouTube last week. Lots of different things going on, including we have people making videos out the wazoo saying that your channels are going to get demonetized. If you're making AI videos, you're going to get monetized. If you're making faceless videos, you're going to get demonetized. If you're making videos about this, you're going to get demonetized. If it's AI slop's going to be demonetized. If you use AI to change your voice, you're going to get demonetized. You know, like that one there. There's a whole bunch of claims being made by creators and people on the platform that YouTube are coming out and telling them that is not the case. That is not the case at all. And so this week, the clarifications continue. And then finally, YouTube is putting out content, which we're going to look at the minute. But channels like vidIQ coming to clarify and help dispel the misinformation that's out there. YouTube is not banning AI voiceovers. There's a lot of misinformation right now about YouTube demonetizing AI content. It's exhausting. For vidIQ to say it's exhausting, hey, I know it's probably exhausting for people at YouTube right now. So let's set the record straight. You can still monetize AI voiceovers on YouTube, but you cannot mass produce a low effort AI generated videos and expect to get paid. So people are coming out to try and do the corrections. I'm actually editing a video that speaks to some of this stuff. Now, as of a couple of days ago, we're getting some channels coming to the rescue, like the vidIQ, and I'm over Rob's face. Nick Nimmin, Rob the Maritimer. These are some videos that actually break down the facts as at when their videos came out. And I can recommend all three videos are valid and aren't into scaremongering or giving false information. They're all good. I think Rob's came out today. It's very, very, very recent. So what is going on? I'm going to have to remove myself from this image for just a second because I'm covering text. Oh, yeah. All right. YouTube Liaison, or at YouTube Insider on some platforms, at YouTube Liaison on other platforms. But Renee Ritchie, the YouTube Liaison, and the team at Team YouTube have been putting out information. There's this post here. They've put out a whole help page article, which has a set of questions that people have been commonly talking about. Renee's goes into it here. Renee's is very similar to the post, but a little bit briefer. He says, let's answer some of the most frequent questions and clear this up. Now, one of the things that people were saying is that they were bringing up elements of reaction content and different things, but that's actually reused content. Now, that this update that's coming out in July 15 is not it's not addressing reused content at all. It is only addressing the section is called repetitive content, and what they're doing is they're renaming that section from repetitive content to inauthentic content. I know that's not necessarily an improvement in itself, but hopefully the guidance that goes along with it from July 15 will help sort of clarify things. So in terms of reused content, no, there are no changes to our reused content policies on clips, compilation, or reaction content. This content can continue to be monetized if you've added significant original commentary, modifications, or educational entertainment value to the original video. Okay, and then the big one, of course, is what about AI content? Oh, if I use an AI voice, I'm going to get demonetized. If I use AI to create a video, I'm going to get demonetized. YouTube welcomes creators using AI tools to enhance their storytelling, and channels that use AI in their content remain eligible to monetize. YouTube provides AI tools to creators, including auto dubbing, dream screen, and more. All channels, I've got the YouTube logo. All channels do have to follow YouTube's monetization policies, and creators are required to disclose when their realistic content is altered or synthetic. And that's true regardless of how the content is created. And then they say, can you give some examples which is considered mass-produced content? Channels that upload narrated stories with only superficial differences between them. Channels that upload slideshows that have the same narration. Basically, content viewers often consider spam. I don't think there's enough clarity in this and the post that is similar to this. Let's bring myself back up on the screen for a second. There we go. But what I don't think that they're gone far enough, but I think on July 15, they're going to have some more thorough and rigorous examples for people so they can bring some more clarity. Because I notice on any of their updates and advices on, say, reuse content, which was last year, there was an update to that where it was basically updated guidance, which is similar to what they're doing on this one. When the altered content policy, people think you have to acknowledge when you're using AI. The altered content disclaimer isn't about the use of AI. It's about altering content that was real or appears real that is actually like fake or not real. It is made by AI, but that's not why you have to disclose. You have to disclose it because it's something that could be potentially misleading, and you just need to have that disclaimer appear on your video to keep viewers aware that you've created some altered content. And even altered content isn't necessarily something that's going to get you demonetized. It's just something you have to declare. It's like when you come into a country, enter through customs, and you declare that you're carrying food. As long as you declare it, and anything that isn't right, they'll dispose of. There's no penalty because you've declared it. If you leave it in your bags, don't declare it, and it's something that is not supposed to be brought into the country, then that's when you're going to get the fine. That's when you're going to get demonetized. In a sense, they're going to take some money off you. So that's sort of the analogy I like to use for that. So yeah, I think that's the last screen I got for that. Is it the last screen I got? I believe so. Just going to double check before we continue. Yeah, that is the last screen. So yeah, I'm going to go into a little bit more detail. I'm actually walking through in my video the actual guidance that they put out, where they answer those particular questions, but with a little bit more detail than what Renee's posted. And then, so hopefully I'll get that out. I just got to edit it. It's in the middle of it getting edited. So what we're going to do is it's the 12th today. So the 15th is only 3 days away. That is when the update's coming out. And when that comes out, we'll have a lot more to talk about exactly what is going on. And one piece of advice that YouTube are giving is that we're not changing any rules. We're just making them clearer so people understand them. So hopefully that is the case, because I don't think that's the case so far, because of course they haven't released that information yet. It's not the 15th yet. They're just saying, hey, it's coming. But maybe they probably didn't need to do that. They should just made the change and then hopefully explain it clearly. But YouTube often don't explain things clear enough. And so it can take a lot of effort to get the word out and allay people's fears that mass demonetization is it the next adpocalypse. A lot of channels going to get demonetized all of a sudden, like the big axe through hundreds of thousands of channels no longer being monetized because they're using AI or something crazy. It's not going to be like that. There are going to be some clarifications there, maybe some higher enforcement. So it's like these rules have already been in place that we're sort of updating and making them, worthy of being, understandable in 2025 instead of using terminology pre-AI that we were using for repetitive content beforehand or mass-produced content. We're going to be churning out all these updates to sort of educate creators to know exactly what we're enforcing And then at the same time, what they might do is more closely enforce it than they have before, because it's clearer now. Creators are on the same page. YouTube's on the same page. So now we may have a little bit of a firmer enforcement, but it's stuff that should have, or may have been enforced previously. So let's jump into chat. Okay, I didn't click on that. There it is. Tim's in the house. Hey Tim, how you going? Welcome. Larry says, I think reaction channels are very worried. However, if they are really transforming content, it's allowed. Exactly. The blogging Yeti is funny. I've seen a couple of screenshots of that. That looks interesting. The blogging Yeti. I've seen other ones where people are like going back like time travelers, and they're like reporting what's happening, like at the birth of Jesus, or the building of the pyramids and different things. And you can clearly AI. But if you bring in the comedic value, if it's interesting, you've got a story. It's like not unlike watching a movie at cinemas where there's a lot of CGI. It's like, we know it's not real. It's a story. No, they're not. No. Faceless channels have nothing to be worried about, because just because you're faceless, like I know channels with millions of subscribers that never show their face. They do gaming content. They use their real voice. They do other things. They just don't show their face. But there's nothing wrong with not showing your face. And then there's others who they don't like their voice for narration, so they use like a decent AI voice, not the robotic ones that everybody hates. But some people use reasonably good sounding AI voices to do the narration on their videos. You have this well put together and well researched and well edited, and not just 100% created by AI and no human checks. If somebody's got their hand on it and is guiding it and adding elements of creativity to it, then the video is going to be fine. Renee, yeah, I think what happens is sometimes people make slideshows, and it's basically like the same. It's a repeated format over many videos, in the sense of they show these slides about whatever the topic is, and then it's in the same format. So like 5 seconds of this slide, we say this, and this. 10 seconds of this slide, we say this, and this. But it's like the exact same format for every single video. And I think that's what they're talking about, like as either low value or repetitive. They're using a lot of other terms. Yeah. I think if you're putting something together that's got some transformation to it, and you're adding other elements to it, I think you're going to be okay. So it's not necessarily the fact that you use a slideshow type presentation style. That's, you can use slideshows in your presentation. I just used a slideshow of about 5 or 6 pages to walk through that topic, where I just dropped some screenshots and stuff on there. Yeah, I would definitely go watch Nick's. Nick's is good. vidIQ's goes on a bit longer and talks and sort of goes off on a couple of side quests along the way, but adding their own bit more commentary to it, which is fine. Misinformation about AI is funny, but since you guys plenty of AI tools, that's right. Like YouTube's encouraging the use of AI, so it's not about AI, it's about content, because you can have repetitive and low value content that is not made by AI, that is just made by people who are being lazy. And so, they're using templated things that is beyond just making it easier to make your content each week. It's at the low end. And the other thing is that I did see mentioned as well is when people upload at volume. We're talking volume, and this is where the spam comes in, because spam is like repetitive. It's repetitive. You keep getting it in your inbox. You keep getting it in your, in your comment section. You get spam here. You get spam there. Spam takes different forms, and video spam is videos that are uploaded regularly, continual basis, maybe in volume, and has little to no value. And it's just a waste of people's time. It's a waste of service space on YouTube servers. Now, it's not a judge on the topic or the content, but it's just the way it's been put together. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth anybody watching. Now, they may not get any views, and that's sort of beside the point. If they're monetized and they haven't really put an effort in, then YouTube is saying, you got to put in some effort. You got to put in some effort. Yeah. Yeah. Like the fact that they dropped the announcement, like there's nothing wrong with when they announced it last week. It's just, it's partially YouTube's fault, but I think there's a lot of creators out there that don't pay attention, and so they see something, they don't go to the source, and they hear something, and it becomes like Chinese whispers, and it changes as it gets passed from creator to creator till all of a sudden all AI is getting banned off YouTube. It's like, this has nothing to do with AI. This has nothing to do with channels getting banned off YouTube. This is about monetization. What do we monetize? Oh, knocking stuff over when I'm stretching my arms out. So, yeah. Cha-ching Kings here. AI is ubiquitous at this point. Absolutely. It's everywhere. I'm not even convinced I'm not. That's right. It's in our society now. And as they say, the genie's out of the bottle. But there's some good AI is beneficial for a lot of things. where it's used for unsavory things is where there's a problem. It's like, some people would argue that a gun's the same thing. Like, people can use it to protect people. People can use it to harm people. It'd be nice to have a world where there is none. Like driving a car. It's a tool to get you from A to B. It's transportation. But it can be used to maim and kill. If you don't drive, if you drive under the influence, if you speed, if you do different things, you can kill people on the road. But it's just a car. It's a tool. So how's the tool being used? Ultimately, yeah. But then hopefully the people who are doing the subset of those people who are doing it to try and make a quick buck will give up and go. So hopefully, or they'll pull their socks up and make proper content. One of the two. So hopefully that's the case. But that is true. But it will sink to the bottom. It'll be like the mud that sinks to the bottom of the river and it settles the sediment on the bottom. It's people aren't going to watch it. People are going to avoid it. It's not going to get promoted. It's going to die on the vine. And hopefully one day YouTube will purchase servers of its existence. All right. That's right. It's a minor update to the current rules. I do feel bad for those making the rules. They probably go over and over them to try and make them clear before release. Yeah, they want to make them clear, but then they can't make them too clear. There's like legal reasons why stuff can be ambiguous or open-ended. particularly in terms and conditions. They use specific words, or they use sort of broad terms, so you can't sort of nail them on exact things. So it's a two-edged sword for like any business, YouTube or anybody else. That's true. Welcome to the stream. Arlene says, here's my take. These videos are being demonetized as people make disputes. YouTube wants to have specific wording in the policy that addresses demonetization. Yeah, they want to update that so that when it gets dealt with, if their enforcement improves, which a lot of people agree that there is certain content where they need improvement of the enforcement, or enforced more regularly or consistently. So hopefully the clarifying of the rules also leads to a better enforcement of the rules. And am I not too far behind? Hopefully not. I need to keep an eye on the time. There we go. Yeah, and oh, hang on, that's not the one I highlighted. The chat moves on me. Don't break your set. Yeah, I just caught the cable that's charging my phone and knocked the power board over. That was fun. I'm losing my place in the chat now. I think some are using this as a way to boost revenue. Yes. That is something I was going to mention, and I forgot to mention it. And I thanks SMA Sky for mentioning that. Like when I had that scroll, like not every video in that list. I just did a YouTube search on demonetization July 15, and all the videos that came up in the match. So there's like a subsection of those videos that are out there just to capitalize on the drama of it, and just make up. Some of them are just outright. Just be untruthful, tell lies, to just say what they heard, to continue that Chinese whisper. They haven't verified their information with YouTube by reading YouTube's documentation that's out there. I found it. Anybody can find it. It's out there. If you make a video and talk about it, then you better have researched it instead of just going on vibes or going on Chinese whispers. So yeah, people are making videos on it just to cash in because there's a lot of interest. I could have taken advantage. Like I'll make the videos that I need to make that are truthful as I can make them, to the best of my knowledge. And I like to go to the source when I'm talking about this stuff. I like to go to YouTube's help page, something that YouTube said on social media from a verified account, things like that. As you can see, even some of the people reporting some of the articles that I bring up week to week, they don't always get it right because they're getting it from another article, maybe like from The Verge or Dexerto or wherever else, and then re-reporting it on social media. So they're not always going directly to the source. Sometimes they might research it to the source, but not always. But I think people need to be careful who they listen to on YouTube about this information, whether it's about what YouTube's policy changes are, different things like that. It's the same with just general YouTube growth advice. Be careful who you listen to. Take everything with a grain of salt. See if that person has some sort of credibility based on who they're associated with, or they've demonstrated whatever it is that you're looking for answers for, different things like that. I think people definitely taking advantage of it for views, make a quick buck on it. A lot of people doing that, but then in that course of action, it just spreads misinformation or disinformation, or however you want to call it, around YouTube, around the creator community, and it's a bit of a bummer, in my opinion. A good point. If it weren't for cars, we wouldn't have dash cam channels. Yes, indeed. I'm just going to highlight a few things as I go through here. It's the same problem with law. Many lawyers and judges will have different interpretation. Yeah, intent. Intent is the word. Intent is the word. Absolutely. What is YouTube's intent? And is it obvious? Sometimes it's not obvious, but sometimes it is. Michael's here with saying Google filter out spam from websites. However, it can't block YouTube, so it needs to come down hard on spam based on channels that they are just scraping places like Reddit and making thousands of AI videos. Yeah, there's all sorts of crazy stuff going on right now, and yeah, they're getting AI to do scraping. They got scraper bots. They got all sorts of things going on. They've got no way of at volume to verify like the originality or the accuracy of the information being put out there. And what about those who do lives and say that their video will get demonetized to get more super chats? I think that's just, yeah, I haven't come across streams like that, but it wouldn't surprise me. There's some people out there doing dodgy things. I think things will catch up with people. Sometimes it's a lack of people willing to jump in and report things. They think it's not right, or people watching don't know any better. They think that's what you do. It's like scamming people and stuff. Or they're just not aware of it, so they're like totally oblivious to what's going on that stream. But yeah, I think that's like a moral thing. It's like, do you want to stoop to being deceitful to your audience? You know what I mean? Say this video is going to get monetized, so make sure you super chat so I don't lose. I won't, because I'm not going to get any ad revenue from it. It's like, well, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should. Maybe you're not worthy of getting. If it's not worthy of advertising, maybe it's not worthy of people supporting you by dropping a super chat. In some cases, not in every case, but in a lot of cases, I'm sure. There we are. I'm even chatting in the chat without even chatting in the chat. And right, like Lee's here. Good to see you. And that's something I need to be mindful of. So, because of that, we need to do this one thing we like to do.
It's the last call.
It's the last call, which means it's your last chance to make a comment or say your last piece, ask a question before we wrap things up. I'll wait for those to come in. Before I started streaming, I had not confirmed that Mr. Nimmin is scheduled and is going live at his set time. He probably is. I need to make sure. Yeah, that's what I got to do. Yep, there it is. Wasn't coming up in my thing, but there it is. All right, let's see what we got. It's the last call, y'all. Last call. If they were demand, yeah, I think what they're meaning is like the video might, get not suitable for because they're talking about an inappropriate topic. So the video that single video might get demonetized or lose, not be able to have ads run on it. So not ad friendly is probably what they're talking about. But yeah, if the whole channel's demonetized, then you don't get super chats. You're absolutely right. When it's demonetized, you get nothing. That's when, so all the whole July 15 thing, that we're talking about like channel wide. We're not talking about like this video, that video, this video, that video, but that video is okay. It's like, well, as a whole as your channel, what overall are you presenting? It's like if you're presenting repetitive, low value, inauthentic content, then you're going to be demonetized. Well, I hope so. I hope a lot of channels clean themselves up. Yeah, because otherwise, you know, they'll get demonetized. Hey, the stuff's still on YouTube. They still get this, might still get some views and stuff, but they're not going to be able to monetize. They're not going to add revenue. They're not going to have super chats. They're not going to have memberships. So you know, it's like, they might, because a lot of these low value things are doing it for one reason. That's to make money. I want to get ad revenue. It's like I can churn out low value content, get a lot of views, and get ad revenue, and I don't have to put much effort in. And that's what a lot of these channels are going for. So if they want to stay monetized, then they want to get themselves cleaned up. Absolutely. Well, we need to wrap things up. In 13 minutes time, Nick Nimmin will be live. Let's last call that out there. Let's get rid of that. 9 a.m. Eastern, Nick Nimmin. I didn't check in with Chantel. Is she streaming on Sunday night? She might be. So to be determined, just so you know. And I'll be here next week for another episode of YouTube Creator News. We'll talk about the things that have come up, the new announcements, anything else that happens in the world of YouTube, and talk about that at the same time next week. Yes, that video is not giving them money for ads, but they stay monetized. People don't know if you have super chats means you are being monetized. They mean ad revenue. Yeah. So they don't get ad revenue because of the topic of the video. So it could be controversial, whatever. So it might be advertisers don't want to advertise on that content. So they're not getting ad revenue. So they go, we're not going to get ad revenue. So make sure to support us in other ways. And, you know, there'd be cases where that's genuine and be cases where that's possibly bogus. You know, how far you want to push that with your audience. You know, that's up to each creator. Unfortunately, some people will push it too hard, push it past what's sort of ethical or moral, and, you know, go for the cash grab. And I do not want to dissuade anyone from getting their bag. Like, if you can do it honest way, present yourself, present information, provide value, and people support you in a genuine way, then that's awesome. But you know, if you do things dodgy, tell lies, be fake, different things, then maybe you don't deserve to be supported. So anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. I don't have a soapbox emoji. But here to wrap things up, and I will see everyone over in Nick's live stream in a few minutes' time. But in the meantime, I will. Where's my end screen? I've lost my end screen. Here it is. I'll catch you later.